What's up, family? We are back. I'm DB, and welcome to Culture, where we highlight barbers and discuss all things from lifestyle, clients, education, and products. We are back with my man, EJ the Barber, out here in the Immortal Craft Barber Lounge, Las Vegas, Nevada. Introduce yourself to the family, EJ, once again.
What's going on? I'm EJ the Vegas Barber, owner of Immortal Craft Barber Lounge, co-owner of Immortal Craft Barber Lounge, over on 6825 West Russell Road. Come by and see us.
That's what's up. So, last week we talked about barber pet peeves. Basically, what don't you understand was the topic. And this week, like we said last week, we're going to talk about don't be hairy clippers. So, client pet peeves of barbers. As always, don't take anything we say personal today. We're not talking about you.
Unless we are.
Unless the shoe fit, but you know, and this is for barbers too.
Informative.
Yeah, this is for barbers. So as far as things that clients don't like that we do. So we going in on us today. Right? And the topic is don't be hairy clippers. The topic is don't be hairy clippers. So hairy clippers is a fictional person
Sometimes
that I kind of made that I kind of made up, but it's just, you know, that guy, that barber in the shop, be it man or woman, oftentimes a male, that comes in the shop, man. They might come here late, they might, you know, make appointments with clients and they might not show up, you know, all of that stuff that, you know, some things that clients just don't like, you know, they have stuff to do. So so we start with that, man.
That's the main thing, man.
It's a lot.
Barbers that don't be on time.
Right. So they make an appointment.
They make an appointment, but never show up. Sometimes don't show up at all, or halfway into the appointment they're supposed to have, they'll hit the client and say, "I'm not gonna be able to make it." Like, that's disrespectful to that client time, man. Don't be looking crazy when they sitting in somebody else's chair.
Yeah, especially. I mean, that's, man. We shouldn't even have to say this because we supposed to be the professionals, right? So if a client books a time with you, and you either running late, or I mean, the worst thing you could do is just not show up, man, because you don't put this guy or girl, man or woman, into a situation where it could be dire for them. I mean, they could be like a groomsman, they could be on their way to catch a flight, and once they get there, maybe it's for a job interview, maybe it's for a wedding,
for anything.
You know,
well, I mean, you could put them in a dire situation, but I mean, if you're a professional, it shouldn't matter if they late to pick up a pack of gum. You should be there or communicate with them where you should be or where you're going to be, or I apologize, I'm not going to be able to make it, but do it before their time.
And if you're going to be in a situation where you can't make it, because barbers are human, we people too, life happens.
For sure.
So if you're going to be in a situation like that, at least try to set them up. I would say, I think it's a good thing to try to set them up with a barber either in the shop or somebody that you know and trust. Right. That's going to do them some justice with they haircut service.
So look, I'm not going to be able to make it, but hey, I just called such and such.
He can
get you right now. Hey, you know, if he don't do a good job, I'll pay for your haircut.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, that's how you build goodwill.
Next time.
Yeah, that's how you build goodwill. That's what it's about. But I mean, you can't be late and then be mad when they late, because now you starting the president. You're creating the president. Oh, okay. Exactly. Your appointment at 9, I'm only gonna show up at 9:30 because he ain't never on time. You don't want to do that.
Right. So barbers, you know, barbers will give you a discount. So matter of fact, look, I'm gonna give every client that watched this video and comment on this video is getting a discount. So look, this is not a joke now. If you're a client of mine, now if you just book after this,
you SOL.
Everybody that's a client today, right? Everybody that's currently a client right now, if you if you watch this video and comment, you got a discount.
Yeah, for sure.
So what else we got, man?
Oh man,
running late. Barbers running late. How about barbers coming in the shop smelling like weed?
Yeah, that's what I was just about to go with. I mean, come on, man. This is a professional institution. Yeah, we have a lot of freedom and we take a lot of liberties, but be serious about your money. We know it's legal, and that's fine.
Right.
But
it's legal some places.
Some places. But the main thing is, nobody wants to get a bad haircut from somebody who was high. Because now that's gonna paint a bad image on the shop, not just you.
Not only that, everybody don't want to smell it. Like if you walk as a barber, once again, we supposed to be the professionals, right? So a lot of people, I think some barbers look at that as like, man, look, I got my light. I can cut anywhere. You can. But I think if you are in a shop environment or even a studio, if you come in the front door of the shop and you walk from the front and your chair's in the back or wherever it is in the shop, you come in and you take up at your station, and you left a trail like Pepe Le Pew from the front door to wherever your station is. Come on, man, you got people in the waiting area. You have other barbers, you have clients getting haircuts. Maybe they just don't want to smell, that smoke.
Yeah, or they don't want their kids to smell that or be in that environment.
Right, and that could affect everybody's business now, because now you might have a client 2 chairs down from you that is just tired, and this is the straw that broke the camel's back of you coming in and smelling like that, and they might just choose to go to another shop or a different barber in another shop.
Yeah, you want to keep all money in the same shop, in the same location. You don't want to chase it off because you can't be professional.
And that's simple.
It's simple, but you'll be surprised.
Right.
Well, you won't be surprised, but they'd be surprised at how often that happens. Don't be that barber.
Right. It's and it's the same way like we talked about last week in the video of if you smoking weed and make sure you're hygiene and you take a breath. It's the same, man. Clients don't want to barbers. Clients do not want to smell you no more than you want to smell them. Like we said, it's an intimate situation as it is, and they shouldn't have to. They coming in every single thing that you're asking that person to pay for with that $50 haircut. We discussed this with that, with that $50, $40, $30, whatever they paying, everything you want them to pay for is part of, you're giving them a service that, and that smell that of weed smoke or whatever is not part of that service. So be aware.
And I take my business very serious. So I'm trying to provide people with the best experience that they can have. Yeah, a great haircut that goes along with it, but I'm trying to provide them with that experience. I'm trying to provide them with an experience knowing that they're going to feel good, they're going to be treated right, it's going to smell great in here, it's going to be clean, it's going to be a clean environment. They're paying for all of that.
Right.
So when somebody comes in and mess that atmosphere up, you can just change the dynamics of what that can really, boil down to.
Right, because the shop environment is way different than if you by yourself. Now, it is certain circumstances that may supersede the stuff that we're talking about when it comes to that.
For sure.
You have after hours haircuts, be it, later at night, and it could be your homeboys and y'all engage in the same stuff. That's totally different, and that's understandable.
Or you could be in one of those shops where that just goes for everybody. And that dictates the kind of clientele that you have coming in and out the door too.
Exactly. So you do have shops, be it wherever it's located. Depending on where you are, maybe certain standards are okay.
Yeah.
And we're not talking about that stuff.
No.
We're talking about more so middle of the road, just everyday, the majority of what barbershops are.
And I equate it to, if you went to go talk to your lawyer about a situation, you don't want him to be smelling loud. You don't want him to be smelling. I'm just, that's what it is. Look, I'm trying to, I got to sue this person, or they trying to sue me, and you go in there and your lawyer smell like weed. You ain't going to take him serious?
Right. Yeah.
You're gonna be like, oh no, he ain't taking. I got something to lose here.
Now, some people gonna say, well, a lawyer and a barber, that's totally different.
Professionalism is professionalism.
Professionalism.
That's the bottom line.
So you can't want to be respected on the same level as a lawyer or any of these other professions, but then you're not taking your craft serious or taking your business serious, and treating your clients in a professional way. And when I say your clients, I mean, if you're in a barbershop, everybody in there is everybody's clients.
Right.
You know what I mean?
For sure.
So you can't offend somebody else's client and then expect, because you can mess that barber's business up by doing that. So you have to treat everybody in the shop the same. You can't just treat the people sitting in your chair like a certain way and then forget everybody else. So it's just something to think about. And like I said, this is our opinions. And this is just coming from some things that we've seen and things that clients have told us. I definitely talked to some of my clients before we did this and asked them some things that they didn't like.
Yeah.
Being late was number one
For sure.
for most people.
And it's just a courtesy, man. It's just a courtesy. I don't really want to go to professional places, and being a barber is a professional thing, especially in the last 10 years. It done blown up crazy.
Oh yeah.
Like this is really a career. This ain't just a hobby.
Right.
So
it's not a hustle.
You gotta treat it as such.
Right. If you want to be respected that way, you definitely gotta treat it that way.
Man, language in the shop.
Oh man.
Language in the shop.
So another thing is your language. So communication. Let's just say communication. Yeah. Because we can go from.
And that goes to music too.
Exactly.
That goes to music too. Yeah.
I was just about to say that. Okay. So the way that the barbers are talking, the way that the music that you're playing, and what's on TV.
Yes.
So let's start with the language. Just the language part.
Man, I mean, if you want to be a professional, again, everything that you say, it can't be rated R.
It can't be MF or B this.
Right. There's a time and a place, and you gotta, what they call it, feel the room.
Right.
Take the temperature of the room.
Right.
You know, a woman with her 3 kids sitting over there ready to get cut, she ain't trying to hear about this B and that H and this MF.
Right. Yeah, she ain't trying to hear that.
She ain't trying to hear that.
Right.
She got babies in here. She just want to get them cut, have them in a safe environment. She want to be able to leave them in the shop while they get their cut to go grab something from the store real quick and come on back, and they in good hands.
Right.
But can't do that when you're doing that.
Definitely.
You over there doing curse word combos.
Oh yeah.
Man. But even with that, there's no such thing as every and all, in my opinion. There's no such thing. So of course, it's still a barbershop. There's gonna be some language, some crude stuff here.
Right.
Just feel the room. Understand that everybody don't want to hear that.
Exactly.
You know, there's a time and a place. Sometimes that time it'll spill over to everybody. Sometimes you gotta relegate it to a couple people, or just between you and your client.
Right.
Just feel the room.
Right. Language, man, you should just kind of want to watch that anyway.
Yeah, for sure.
This is an industry where a lot of times people are more free, speak a lot freer than they do. Because it's, and I've said this in the past, it's a community neighborhood place, barbershops are. And people sometimes feel like they can let their hair down, including the barbers, and they can come and talk and speak. And I mean, man, look, if it's 10 guys, all grown men in the waiting area, and we are all the same type of people, you could sling all type of words and whatever around, man.
Conversation
Music
goes
be
where
whatever.
it goes. But usually it's not even gonna fall that far, because most of the time when it get riled up, we just gonna be talking about sports. Let's just be real. That's where it goes to.
Yeah.
But you can still feel, okay, I can't get as rowdy as I would here and there. There's a time and a place. And sometimes if you gonna be a professional barber, you gotta check your client if they getting too rowdy out of it.
Oh
like,
yeah.
Hey,
I didn't even think about that.
No, look around. But if you don't say nothing, it's hard unless you're the owner, it's hard for another barber to be like, hey bro, can you watch the language a little bit?
Yeah, because that can cause a whole nother issue.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, nah, man.
So yeah, you definitely got to check your clients sometimes.
Well, yeah, hey, language. You just got to throw it language.
Yeah.
But that's part of being professional. You got to be able to talk to people. You got to be able to talk to people with some sense sometimes.
Oh yeah.
But understand,
let them know.
You don't want to keep crossing that line of professionalism, because the way you carry yourself is what you're gonna be subjected to.
And a lot of times it's the way that you it's kind of like the standard you set from the beginning.
Yeah.
Too. Once people know how you function and how you are and what you tolerate and don't tolerate, most people, I believe, try to stay within those parameters that you set.
For sure.
But when you kind of loose and anything goes, you may have somebody that come in that'll push them limits, because that's the type of individual they are. And they will get a little bit more rowdy. They will say and be more loose with their tongue. And,
and if you one of those people that let people slide, eventually people gonna think they can ice skate. You got to be able to
all over the place.
Yeah, so you got to be able to stop it when you need to stop it and bring it back when you need to bring it back. But it starts with you as a barber,
as like we say, as the professional,
barber. Don't be hairy clippers.
Don't be hairy clippers, man. Hey, clients. Hey, look, if you watching this episode and you have known of a barber like hairy clippers, hey, comment about it, if you don't mind. you know, without saying a name, you know.
Yeah.
I just want to hear like another story, you know,
sure.
some story that a client got that's wild. You know, I'm pretty sure clients or people that's been to barbershops got some crazy stories of that stuff they done seen, man.
Sure, I say something else about being Harry Clippers and not being him. And I know we've had conversations before, but something that I don't even know if you thought about. Don't be the Harry Clipper barber that when they cut somebody, they automatically stake their claim on that client. Don't be mad when you come in and they getting cut by somebody else.
So they feel like they can't leave. Right?
Yeah, a client is allowed to spend their money with whoever they want to. As long as that money is coming into the shop,
right,
you shouldn't have no problems with that.
True indeed.
And if you do, you need to take a look in the mirror.
Indeed.
Now, if they set an appointment with you,
right,
and they in somebody's chair, that's different.
That's different. Yeah,
that's different. Yeah. But if that's not your client.
Right. I mean, and sometimes if a client leave, you really have to look at what did you do. I mean,
what did you do?
Are you one of these guys that come in here smoking Are you constantly running late?
Right.
So yeah, it could be a reason. Most likely, it's a reason.
Most likely, it's a reason. You know? And if it's not a reason, then they're a shop client. They just come to your shop. Right. They patronize your shop, and they just want to get cut in your shop by whoever.
Right. But you can't get upset with that person.
But how often do it happen?
It has happened.
I work with somebody like that. That after he'll say something slick, and then after you get done cutting him, hey, can I talk to you outside for a minute? To the client though, not to the barber. Right. To the client. And make it so uncomfortable that the client don't even want to come back to the shop at all. Yeah. I'm like, nah, bro, you can't do that.
Yeah, for some barbers it is like a breakup.
Yeah, like
it does kind of feel like a breakup if the client like take off. And you know what, to some degree I get it. See, I understand how it can be kind of weird, because maybe in the barber's mind he thinking like, you know, maybe I did something wrong. If they feel like they come in on time and they do all the stuff right, maybe they feel like their skill level is not that great.
Right, but even if that's the case, you can talk to them like an adult, like, hey.
You can still, always.
And hey, can I just talk to you for a second? Is there something that I did or something? I don't mind you going there, but you handle it like an adult. You don't try to chastise a person for going to spend their money somewhere else.
And maybe you'll find out why.
Right. You know, especially if you come at it with some, hey.
Respectfully.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm sorry. Hey, I hope they taking care of you. But and that's where you leave it. Right. And if you feel a certain type of way, see why they went to that barber and now they're going to that barber. What are they doing that I don't do?
Right.
Yeah. Or if I'm doing the same thing and they still going to them, okay, then I'm just not as good as, or I'm not as good as what they want.
It could be the chemistry.
It's different.
It could be, who knows? It could be, it could be
anything.
It could be the conversation, the chemistry. It could be the fact they're from the same city. Who knows?
Right, but you can't pretend to be, you can't act like a jilted lover out of here.
Right.
You just let it be.
Yeah. Don't be Harry Clippers.
Don't be Harry Clippers. I said another one that I'm thinking of is don't be the barber that hit on every single mother.
You know what, man? Hey, and this is the thing. Have you ever seen this list? It's a list out. Somebody know what I'm talking about. It's a list that are I don't want to say the word, you know.
Okay.
It's kind of like a garden tool, right?
Okay.
So it's a list of jobs that fall in that garden tool list, right? Barbers is on that list.
I see you. I understand
Barbers is like number 3 on that list, but it's because of that.
Yeah.
You know, you do have a lot of single mothers that come to the shop.
Yeah.
You know, and sometimes, anyway.
Yeah.
You got right. Sometimes, you know, you have a lot of single mothers that come to the shop, and there are barbers who love to holler at them. You know, they love to try to, you know, go on dates with, you know, these women and stuff, and you know, you can't. That's creating, man.
And my thing is this: it happens.
It does happen.
It's life. This is we're here more than we're at home.
Right.
So I'm not saying don't ever do it. What I'm saying is don't be the barber that's trying to holler at everything moving in the shop. Right. And then now you can't come to the shop because you got some stuff going on.
Or you created.
Yeah. And you created unnecessary tension at your place of business.
Exactly. As they say,
don't where you eat.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's just the point of you can't try to run your game
in your
shop.
That. Yeah, you shouldn't do that.
Don't try to run no game in a shop. And it start at the shop. Right. Don't do that. Leave that at home.
Oh yeah. You know, clean your tools, man.
Oh man, don't be
Now
dirty.
I don't know if this is something that clients probably just don't know this.
Yeah.
This is something that barbers probably notice of other barbers. Look, if you are a professional barber and you open up your drawer and it's dust bunnies and hair from 2 months ago, and you haven't cleaned that thing out, man, and your combs is soaked and your barbicide, the little blue fluid that you see on a barber station, if that mess is black, because they haven't cleaned it, and look, come on, man.
Be better, man. Be better.
That's something that I have seen before, man. And your brushes are caked up with hair because you use the same brush for a week. Man, sometimes I change my brushes out all day.
Yeah.
Depending on who come in, sometimes I feel like it's too dirty, and I'll soak it and I get another. I get a fresh, brand new brush. I've done went to 2-3 brushes in a day, man.
Yeah.
But that's me. But hey,
now everybody ain't like that.
You got keep your stuff clean, And that you would think that's like second nature, something that we just automatically know. We do know it. Everybody don't practice it.
I agree. I say another thing too. Don't be the barber that's keeping the client longer than you need to because you over here not cutting, you talking more than you're cutting.
Talking to the client or talking on the phone?
Talking on the phone, talking to other barbers.
Right.
People might have places to be.
Right.
They don't want to sit in your chair all day.
They don't want to be there all day, and they definitely don't want to feel like they're not getting a haircut.
Right.
Because you're doing, and I had a client tell me that they left the barber because he wanted to text all the time. He wanted to text more than he wanted to cut hair. That's one reason why, well, this ain't it, but that's one reason why I wear like an Apple Watch.
Yeah.
Because if I get a text in, I could see it and boom, hit an answer real quick.
Right.
Or I could just look at it,
and
you know what I'm saying?
Understand.
And I'll just get it later.
And see, I'll look at my phone as far as if it's ringing, see who it is. But if I get a text or even if I get a call, I'll hit that I'm cutting texting.
Right.
And then, because I don't like to answer the phone while I'm cutting. It has to be somebody who, they don't call, what's going on. And if I answer it, I stop cutting, everything going on, okay, I'll call you back when I'm done.
Right.
But the bottom line is, I don't want to mess up on somebody's hair, and their excuse for them is, well, you was on the phone the whole time, wasn't paying attention. You don't want to.
They upset.
Now they upset.
Rightfully
And what can you say? Like, damn, I was on the phone.
Right.
A lot. Maybe I did. No, I want you to know that you got my undivided attention while you're in this chair. I'm gonna take care of you. If it don't come out right, it's just because it didn't come out right and I messed up, not because I wasn't doing what I was supposed to be doing.
Or you can wear a Bluetooth. Like at least if you have to be on the phone.
You have to. That's called preparation.
Right, you gotta be,
you can't be trying to.
You gotta know that.
And what happened?
Yeah, that's irritating.
No.
That irritate the barber probably. That would irritate me holding the phone like that.
Man, I'm here to do my work.
Right.
That's it. If I gotta take the call, like, excuse me, hold on 1 second. Okay, I gotta cut.
Right.
And mostly everybody always will understand that I'm at work.
And look, I'm not, we're not saying that we are perfect. And we have never done any of this stuff, right? I have been late. I have had to cancel a day twice. So we're not perfect. No. And I definitely have made mistakes. I definitely have done some things I shouldn't have done. So I'm not saying this to say, look, we off the hook. We just here two perfect barbers.
Definitely not that.
Everything right. So we trying to tell y'all to get like us. That's not, in no way am I saying that. In no way are we saying that.
Basically, it's easier for us to point out what's wrong because we probably have done it.
Right.
You should take the advice of somebody who's messed up already as opposed to somebody who's never done it.
Yeah, and we barbers, man. So it should take a little sting off of it if it's coming from somebody, one of your peers. We're not perfect, so we just want to get this out to the world. And last week we went in on the clients a little bit, so we had to come and go in on us.
Turnabout is fair play.
Today, the flip side of that coin is this.
Yeah.
So, man,
and you starting off in Texas, I'm sure that these same things have traveled from there to here and everywhere.
Yeah.
So it's a universal thing.
It's universal, man. I got family that's barbers. Yeah. I got a cousin. I'm originally from North Carolina. I got a cousin back home, and we talk. He a barber, and it doesn't matter where you go. I'm pretty sure if we was to go to Europe or, you know, a country over in Africa, man, or Australia or anywhere, they got the same issues.
For sure.
I
Just a
guarantee
different
you.
language, but the same issues.
Right. So I say all that to say what I said previous. We're not perfect. We get it. It's just some stuff to look out for if you have been conducting yourself like Harry Clipaz.
Yeah.
Don't be him.
Don't be that guy.
Yeah, that's all.
What's up?
So yeah, I mean, so I think that's it. Huh?
Yeah, I think we pretty much touched on everything.
So look, that's gonna be the show for today. So I hope everybody got something out of this episode of Don't Be Harry Clippers, which was client pet peeves of barbers. And last week, if you haven't seen last week, please go back and watch last week. What don't you understand, which is barbers pet peeves of clients. But before we go, once again, we're gonna ask EJ to give us all his information where you can find him at.
You can find me on IG at EJ the Vegas Barber. You can also find me on at Immortal Craft Barber Lounge on IG. We're located at 6825 West Russell Road, Suite 130, right next to the Angelina's Pizza, 3 miles west of the stadium. So come through and see us. We'll take care of you. It's a great atmosphere.
That's what's up. So all of his information will be in the description, and I'll put it on the screen. So until next time, maybe I'll be in your shop in your city. Love, peace, and hair grease. Salute.
Later.
All right.